What's going on, guys? It's QuazyDog here, and today I'm going to answer all of your burning questions around Google Stadia, which is, of course, Google's new online streaming platform that will be out for founders as of November and will be made public later on next year in 2020. So I've compiled a list. I have it kind of off to the side here, so if I look away, I apologize. But I want to kind of read everything out for those who are here more so to listen to the content than they are to actually watch it. And we're going to break this down into a couple of different categories. So the very first category, of course, will be the games that will be made available as of the launch for both the founders in November and then the public launch next year. So the games are as follows. We have Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Doom Eternal, Doom from 2016, Rage 2, The Elder Scrolls Online, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Destiny 2. Now Destiny 2 will be free as well for founders. We have Get Packed, Grid, Metro Exodus, Thumper, Farming Simulator 19, Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm very excited for, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, Football Manager, Samurai Showdown, Final Fantasy 15, the Tomb Raiders, so Definitive Edition, Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the latest NBA 2K title, Borderlands 3, Guild, Mortal Kombat 11, Darksiders Genesis, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Just Dance, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint and The Division 2, Trials Rising, and The Crew. Now, other than the games that are going to be made available, again, we're going to go through some of the most frequently asked questions that a lot of people have had online and the answers that I've had the ability to find through various sources. Those, of course, will be cited in the description below. So the first thing we're going to talk about would be crossplay. And we do know that there is potential for crossplay to become a bigger, more broader thing across a lot of games. But as of the official announcements right now, Destiny 2 is for sure going to support crossplay. In the future, I would love to see it made available across titles like The Division 2 and Borderlands 3. And I think crossplay is a very smart idea for Stadia to get into and work with developers on, because for me, I primarily play multiplayer on PlayStation 4 with a lot of my friends, and if I'm an early adopter to Stadia and they're not, it's going to limit sort of my purchasing decisions on whether or not I want to get, let's say, Borderlands 3 on Stadia for the graphics, or if I want to get it on PS4 to play with my friends. Having the ability to get it on both platforms and cross-save my character will allow me to experience Stadia for those solo sessions or other sessions with other people online, and then still be able to jump over and have a lot of fun with my friends on any sort of console that I'm playing on at the time. So cross-save for now. Only Destiny 2 has been officially announced, but hopefully we will see more support made available for other games in the future. Now, aside from the games that you're going to get for free with the Stadia Pro membership, we will also have the ability to not only buy titles at either discounted rates for Pro members or at full price for those who just opt into the Stadia free platform later next year, but we're also seeing other people like Ubisoft jumping into the ring with their UPlay Plus. Now, this will allow people to spend, I believe it's $15 a month on a recurring subscription basis, and this will allow users access to up to 100 different titles from UPlay without the need to actually fork out money up front. Now, for those that are getting into Stadia, especially next year with the free platform, this allows you to experience a lot of different titles and a lot of different games on the platform to see if you want to go ahead and actually spend your hard-earned money on full-fledged titles. So if you spend 15 bucks on a month and you don't like it, no harm, no foul. That is a lot cheaper than putting $60 up front on, let's say, Borderlands 3 and jumping back to that cross-save scenario. You find you're not playing it very much, you're out that money. So I'd like to see this in the future across more platforms and more developers. We already know that there's a lot of other subscription services, like PlayStation has theirs, Origin Access is on PC, and EA Access is what's on the consoles right now with Xbox. So we know it's possible, and we really need to wait to see whether or not any other partners will come on in the future. But for now, in 2020, we know that UPlay Plus will be a thing, and that's pretty cool. I kind of like that. Now that of course kind of segues us into the next topic, and that would be whether or not there's actually any value in purchasing full-fledged titles across Stadia. And depending on the title, I would say yes. It was brought out by Phil Harrison in a recent interview with IGN that any title that you purchase, you're actually purchasing the right to play that game. So if for any reason the publisher needs to take that game down, you'll still be able to play it, and that takedown will only impact users who have yet to have actually purchased that title. It will only limit them. With you bought it, it's still in your library. Of course, there may be unforeseen circumstances where a game needs to be removed entirely, and we'll have to approach that on a one-on-one basis. This rarely happens, but in the scenarios where it just gets removed for any reason, if you bought it before, you can keep playing it. It's only limiting those who have yet to make that purchase. Now, moving on from games, let's talk about the platforms you can actually play those games on. We already know that at launch, we will see full support for Chrome browser, as well as the Chromecast Ultra. That is coming for you guys for free, or at least built into your Founders Edition subscription if you've gone ahead and actually made that pre-order. But you'll also be able to play on all the Pixel 3 devices as of launch day. This would include the 3, the 3XL, the 3A, and the 3AXL. We do know that coming later next year, we will see more support for things like potentially Android TVs, Android OS devices, such as, let's say, the NVIDIA Shield. We know that they're partnering up on their next Shield at least. Anything running Chrome OS has the potential to be supported as well. And who knows, we may see other people adopting into this platform if it tends to take off and go somewhere. But for now, again, we know that Chromecast Ultra, the Chrome browser, and the Pixel 3 lineup will be made available and have full support for Stadia when it launches in November, and then as well when it comes out for the public release next year. Now, the next thing I want to discuss is the multiplayer across Stadia, and I'm happy to announce that multiplayer is not just included on the Stadia Pro memberships, it's also going to be included completely free of charge for those of you who choose to adopt into just the free Stadia platform late next year. Now, this is a very welcomed addition considering that the console counterparts right now from Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony all require you to pay either a monthly or a yearly subscription to play multiplayer titles outside of a couple of free-to-play variants that are self-hosted. But right now, we know at least at the start, the Stadia kind of free subscription will allow you full access to multiplayer without paying a dime. And I think that's a very smart move on their part. Now, the next thing I want to cover is whether or not your Google Stadia Founders Edition is going to be locked to the Gmail or the Google account that you used during the pre-order process, and I'm very happy to say that it is absolutely not. The email that you used during the checkout period is only actually utilized to send you a redemption link that then you can use whatever account you want to sign up for the service. So for those of you who are looking to buy, let's say, one for yourself and to gift one to a friend, or maybe just buy one for a friend, you can feel safe knowing that the Google account that you use during the checkout is not what's linked to your actual Stadia purchase or the Founders Edition. It is 100% giftable using an email link that you will get closer to, if not in November, during the Founders Edition release. Now, the last thing to go over is whether or not Stadia is going to support VR. This was up in the air for a very long time, and I know that we're a long way away from November and we're constantly getting updates, but up until today, there wasn't anything saying that yes, it would support it and no, it wouldn't support it. And I found it strange that it may not, considering Google themselves do actually produce and sell the Daydream, which is a VR-compatible headset for your cell phone. And as of today, I did find a couple of articles, both across Reddit and I believe the XDA Developer Forum, saying that engineers have mentioned they do want to support VR, with the support including the Daydream and other various headsets. There is nothing saying whether or not this will come out on launch or if it will come out on full public launch later in 2020, or even if it's past that. But the fact that they know VR is a big deal and it's growing, especially with the implementation of the Oculus Quest that is completely standalone. I think it's very smart that they're looking to adopt that into the Stadia platform, and I think it could open up a lot of possibilities as well, because at the end of the day, the way Stadia works is you're streaming this content from the Google server farm, so you're not limited to the hardware that's in your VR headset or in your phone. And to me, this should grant a better experience overall, depending on the headset that's utilized. And yeah, I don't know, that's a little bit of a rant, but to sum that all up, it looks like yes, they will be supporting VR, but we don't necessarily know exactly when. Alright, and that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I just wanted to throw something together to answer some of the most burning questions or most asked questions when it comes to Stadia and its platform. November is a very long way away even still, so we will know more and more as time goes on, and hopefully I'll make another one of these videos in the future to keep you guys up to date on everything Stadia and everything that we learn as we come closer and closer to the Founders Edition release and the public release in 2020. If this video helped educate you at all, I would highly appreciate a like down below, and jump in the comments and let me know what you found useful when it comes to this information, or what other questions that you might have about Stadia. Maybe I can find the answers for you and update you in either the comment section or a future video. Until next time, my name is Quasi Dog. You guys have been awesome, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.